So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the deciding match between the two. What do you reckon about this? So this Terrorblade coming in at the end for High Coast, of course, Charlie on it. Probably one of the, if not his best carry hero over the games that we've come to use Charlie over the many patches. Is it going to work out here against OG?
Man, it's a high armor hero, so he can build into BKB kind of naturally, which he might need to do at a relatively early point in this game. And I think it's one of the stronger actual carries that I guess he could have gotten in this one. I'm a little bit reluctant on their whole draft, though. I see Puck, Shadow Demon, Skyrath, and it's like a Nyx Assassin and Riki, extremely frail heroes. Skyrath also just a hero that I feel like is in extreme risk, always. And they already had Shadow Demon set up with it, so your two supports have no stun, which is a huge concern to me immediately. They have to rely pretty much on the Mars, HcE, and Supreme to set up for all these ganks. And I don't think HcE's lane is going to be very easy. He's versus Undying. Playing Mars versus Undying in lane is just, it's never fun.
I mean, are there any sort of potential lane switch-ups that they might try and go for to maybe not have that sort of thing? Or is there not really anything better that you're swapping in?
I don't know. Unless they run like an aggro try at the start, I don't think they can switch it up really, no. Maybe they can kill the Undying at the start, and then that gets HcE up to a little bit of a better go, because HcE's also prepared. He's already got the stick ready and everything, but yeah, let's see. I think they can kill him, though. They can definitely look to kill the Undying and at least get the Mars out to get an extra set of regen and everything so that he can be ready for those decay spams. And it looks like that's what they're going to do, so
the battle
see if they can actually get themselves a kill. Nope, screw the bounty, though.
Yeah, well, I'll get the 2 bounties.
I want to see something clever, because I feel like they should know that they're going to win the bottom lane, guaranteed, right? Like TB +1 versus the Nyx in their spirit. Very unlikely that you shouldn't lose that lane with these two. But they're actually going to just move it right away. There was a ward anyway to kind of cover any type of aggressive move that they did do. So yeah, let's see if they can withstand the pressure that comes out from the Undying, just zoning out HcE. And I feel like it's the same thing for Skyrath. Like Riki can just commit onto him pretty easily. So we'll see. I think this top lane should be pretty hard. Mid, I think this one's a little bit of a skill matchup. I think some people like to play the Morphling, some people really like to play the Puck in this matchup, but as the levels go, the Morphling starts to have a much better start. First 2 levels or so, Puck wins pretty hard.
Denied.
Top, I mean, yeah, we already sort of see just a couple of decays and a few punches. HcE, yeah, pretty quick. Some good damage over the mid one as well in turn. So.
The next level play. The next level play. Next level play.
Kept funneled out.
Sox will get a nice D ward. They did see that ward get placed earlier because they placed a very early sentry, or very early obs up there to watch mid. We're seeing that little bit of trade of resources. Very early start here in these first 2 waves. Very even.
For Supreme this game, I mean, how easy the move's going to be for him to make. You sort of look at these side lanes, once he's hit the 6, is sort of their kill potential good with the coil?
Yeah, I mean, Puck versus both Morphling and Riki is actually quite nice. It's just this Nyx Assassin and this Earth Spirit can really trip him up. These silences and just... It can be really annoying. And even Riki can have counterplays, right? Like, if Riki's the one who gets to jump on the Puck, then it goes the opposite way. The Riki's actually good versus Puck. But if Puck gets to jump on Riki with the coil, yeah, it goes in Puck's favor. So it's just going to be, it's tough. It's going to be really skill dependent for Supreme, and it's a lot of pressure on him really this game to have a really good start. Because the Nyx, he's going to die to Carapace once or twice in this game. It's going to happen unless he plays perfect.
Yeah, and in this sort of game as well, what sort of makes this a game where OG want to sort of step up the priority of the Nyx and have it, instead of playing it on the off lane rather than just...
Well, Puck is a core. It destroys Skyrath and it destroys Shadow. It's so good versus three of the heroes right now. And it's even, I mean, it's not bad versus TB even. You're gonna be tanky because you're high armor in the lane, and then you're a hard stun. You're 2 hard stuns, so effective in all fronts.
So far, CS down bottom. We've got 11 for 0 against the 13th, so it's pretty even. Even with, of course, having to deal with Charlie's meta. Not bad at all to step down there in that matchup.
Oh, that's really good start, especially because the Air Spirit left the lane very early on. He's actually starting to make moves. He was sitting around mid, waiting for Supreme to orb. Supreme was playing very hesitant, but now top, they can punish very easily if HcE steps up too far at all. He can get gone on.
Died. Not quite prepared for Staxer to show himself. He will now come out. Go on to HcE, but there's no tail. Low to help commit on two of them. A bit of pressure again, just keeping that space for mid one to continue to have what has been pretty much free farm in that top lane now.
Topson.
How did this happen?
Staying at very low HP here. And those runes will be checked out. Topson does need one Supreme as well. We have multiple heroes. There are now 5 heroes chilling in mid. Sakai Coast, they've secured it.
Yeah. Boot to
He tried to make the roll to steal it away, but it will spawn top. Oh, sorry, actually, Shibit did get it. Sorry, he did take away that regen immediately off of the Shadow Demon.
Topson with the bottle charges that he had, he's still able to get himself back. It's a good shake to play.
Supreme's doing really solid in this lane, though. 25-2 to the 17-2. He's actually been putting the pressure on. This is really nicely done by him, too. And he's got a double range creep also pushing in, so he can apply tower damage. And now Charlie's fine bottom because of the Earth Spirit movement, so now you see Zibe is making all these moves around. He knows he's free, too. He's a 1v1 of TB versus Nyx is just fine to Charlie.
Yeah, and this top lane, despite the fact, as you said, it could have ended up being rather difficult for HcE against an Undying. He's not doing too bad at all. He's doing just fine out of this top lane, and he's finding quite a bit. Bottom, disruption set up onto Seb. He's already used the Carapace. He's got anything else to save him? He does. Very far enough, and general tankiness of this Nyx assassin early on as he gets back onto the aura of that tower.
It will be 2-for-2 rune exchange. I mean, Topson continuing, like, he's having a tough time. Tough time getting any of these last 10 minutes. He's missed a lot. He missed a couple under the tower as well, too, but the puck so far Supreme. Already making an aggressive move, too, up top, as mid one is very susceptible to a coil.
Well, there's the setup. Ancient Seal into the coil. I just need a bit of burst. They've got it. Illusory Roll comes flying through from Supreme, and Gank's
duly noted.
Very clean. Again, just like the last game, his movement on the Void Spirit as well was very clean when he made that bounty rotation. Another successful one.
Yeah, he's having you said last game was great. This game off to a good start. As quite the difference from his game one, as he had a rough time in that first game of the series as the Ember.
Oh yeah. Rune spawns top. Topson won't be able to snag down. Era takes it away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Again, considering the way some of these lanes could go, I think the High Coast are going to be feeling pretty comfortable with the way that this has started off. Quite sort of the same as the beginning of Game 2 did for them.
Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, Supreme, I mean, he's going to have his coil ready again in 20 seconds too, and like we said, he can set up very easily on any of the lanes here. The Morphling is still a top kill, of course, but yeah, he's got great ways to counter gank or just to set up onto Seb or the Riki. And yeah, I'm very surprised at how well HcE was able to do up here. They did a good job of not getting hit by any double decays. Bottom. They dodged the Earth Spirit gank. Bottom.
And kind of trouble there.
Is under attack.
He's got the Carapace. Has done enough to keep him safe. A couple more hits from Charlie will do it, and he can find them. He's got the reach, the range. They're getting taken down. He's close to sort of hitting the 6 as well, so that's going to be slowed down on Seb. They'll make the move on Terra. At least able to find some action elsewhere on the map.
The next label play. The next label play.
With those sort of kills down bottom, Seb's game going to get slowed down heavily, and Charlie continuing to have free farm here, starting to get a little bit of a step ahead of mid one's Riki on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and that's a rotation, the Earth Spirit, to kill a 5. You know, he wants to get the bigger.
He just come back to the lane. And are they going to be able to take him down? They are. As soon as he's back, Supreme's ready with the movement.
Might wish to recap
and
your
again,
last move.
The same as the start of Game 2. Supreme's movements, once again, just doing so much for his team. I mean, a huge play down bottom, setting up more positive action for his Terrorblade and taking Seb entirely out of the lane. They get the arena down onto mid one, but not quite the follow-up. Spear locked out. Still been dusted. Charlie. So Chessie looking for the angle.
Radiant's middle
Not
tower
quite
is
before
under attack.
the arena comes to an end. Mid one will be fine.
Really solid stuff so far from High Coast. Supreme in general, like he's doing everything. He knows that Topson can't match the movement, so he's just making these quick moves all over and just punishing. Like, he's very easy to gank lanes. He's got to keep it up. I want to see him keep doing this. It's working perfectly. Topson is getting that space to catch back up, though, and he did get the the best neutral item I feel you can get on a Morphling.
Absolutely.
Possessed Mask. You don't even need to worry about anything else anymore. You're always sustained in the jungle.
Best hero in the game to neutralize early lifesteal. Getting it free is you don't get much better than that. I mean, the dream situation probably would be getting that and the Royal Jelly.
Absolutely.
That would be a dream more. RNG. Tier 1 items.
Yeah, he's getting that time to catch back up. So we're seeing net worth. He's now surpassing the puck, even though Supremes have such nice movements. He's passing a bit. Supreme, though, he'll find the Jelly. And he also found himself a Fairy Trinket, so that's also very, very good items on him.
Yeah,
that Fairy Trinket.
That's probably
really
top tier puck items, right? Tier 1.
Definitely.
Fairy Trinket and a Jelly Charge.
Looking for mid one here. They've got the dust. They actually just connected under the sentry. Ooh. Spear off the mark.
And we'll see if that matters. It might just.
It might.
It does. And Arena also wasted. Not one for the highlight reel there for Chessie, unfortunately.
No, that's the second time now, too. He's actually missed several spears since I've looked up there. He's got a... They can't miss that one there. It's under a sentry. The coil's there. They can't miss those type of kills. That's painful. Now, gee, they can probably punch back here. There's a lot of wasted mana. Chessie, if he steps up too far, he's just going to get gone on. I cannot believe he stepped up.
Dude,
Chessie?
This guy's crazy.
He moved up with 300 HP. Popped the soul ring. Oh, that was crazy.
Radiant's middle tower.
I think that was probably one of those moments, you know, you've had that scenario with the arena and the spear. You're probably feeling just a little sort of tilted with yourself.
Maybe a little bit.
You know, you just sort of, you know, we've all been there. You've made a rough play, and then you sort of your brain's just switched off for a second. You're not really in the game.
Yeah, he soul ringed and walked up for like I think it was a range creep to spear, but I mean, it's clear vision for them. It's daytime. They saw him walking up. He's gonna set up for mid now. They've got Charlie with the meta available. Bolt's up in 20, the arena at least.
Dire's middle tower.
And the deep push is pretty lackluster from OG. I think that's actually their best deep push. It's just a boulder smash on their lineup currently. They don't really have anything else just from their heroes. There's no tail.
Jumping onto it. Before he do anything with that, will put the arena down. Does mean that they can get Topson in return, but Steph has picked up two. Mid one's diving in underneath the tower, looking towards there. The Mystic Flare doing a lot, but Mid one's able to jump out of the range a bit. Steph's found the triple. He's going to be able to pick up an ultra.
And he's meter hammering the tower.
Alright, Steph, ladies and gentlemen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What a nicely coordinated jump. As literally, I think it's the perfect time when 2 or 3 heroes stacked up, drop the tombstone, they all jump in, they connect the stun. Topson, as you said, I think he was the unfortunate one to get clipped by the spear to the wall, but huge fight for OG. They may not have the ways to de-push the tower push, but they have ways to fight under it. Very nicely done by them. Tombstone in those situations is just king, too. You get the whole vision of the opposite side, too, so you know where absolutely everybody is. Very nicely done.
Dire are scanning.
Chessie's definitely got to sort of focus on his next move now. As that's not going to feel too great, right, when you've had that move up top and then the enemy offlaner does that.
Yes. I mean, yeah, Seb is going to be pretty massive now. The meter hammer was finished just before that, and I mean, he's on his way toward his Yules already, so he's going to have really ideal setup for his meter hammer combos every time. As top, they're looking for him again. They're going for Chessie. Topson, he gets silenced from the fog.
He's going to have Arena back up in a little bit. And here we go, drops it down. We're going to take set up on the top of the step, but they're already down. There's not really any follow-up to the arena here, fortunately for High Coast. Supreme can still get the job done. He's trying to take down the Earthspirit. Good spirit from Chessie. Locks down Staxer. In trade here. Try and defend this tier 1 tower from his push.
Radiant's bottom tower
They really
is
wanted to
under
set up
attack.
for HcE there. Soxa was really pushing forward. Supreme's still in the area too. He's got the coil. He's an opportunity, might go for it. Oh, he almost got the two of them. He will get one.
The combo to take down Seb. Setups here. HcE, he looks for the angle,
Radiant's
but
bottom
off the mark
tower
again.
is
spear.
fallen.
So that won't be a kill attempt. Now they've got to run. Saxa to slow down on the two of them. Charlie has turned up from the side, will manage to turn and take down No Tail with the damage he has from the Metamorphosis, but Supreme's gone down. Spear does not back mid
Radiant's
one.
middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Again, though, they set it up with a disruption, too, to get the kill, and he's off the mark. Now Topson gets some split push mid because of that, and Charlie, he turned up top with meta. So a lot of downtime here, a lot of wasted time here for High Coast, and a big win for OG. Just off of that mistake. I mean, they gotta stop making these mistakes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Similar to that sort of game one flow where we are just sort of seeing the three cores of OG move at that isn't quite being matched by all three of that of High Coast. Spear to get up top of him. It's a little too early there.
Just too early, yeah. I mean, like, even if the Carapace goes off, he's gonna get him latched to the tree. The stun will be enough, man. Fortunate for HcE, and they're gonna smoke up. They're gonna look for another one. HcE, he's got the arena. He's starting to get a little bit under farmed because of these unsuccessful movements, unsuccessful spells as well. And OG's getting that space to farm up on those cores. I think they've got the Battle Fury's almost online, and Topson's on his way toward Manta. So yeah, they're getting a lot of space to get these much-needed items for themselves. The Manta in particular, like for Topson, never have to worry about the silence again. They're invading. We'll find out kill and the bounty.
The next
Been easy
level
kill.
play, next level play.
Got taken out, of course, whilst it happens. OG,
Dire's top
most of
tower
them
is
split
under
well across the
attack.
map. One farm down bottom, and 400 so gold off having the Battle Fury done, and then his farm's really going to escalate.
Charlie's very farmed still too. Charlie's actually quite ahead right now. 700, 4-1-1. Manta, he still needs a little more to protect himself as mid.
They put the jump on Supreme. As you're saying, Supreme's got to be careful if Sax is ever able to get a lead in with the silence. Very hard for Supreme to keep himself alive at this stage of the game, especially, of course, with this Witchblade build. You don't have anything to keep yourself alive.
And Topson, you know, you're playing versus Puck, you have a Puck on your side then, as Topson has shown there twice.
Next level
It's a
play.
great spot. So that looks like they will sacrifice Soxa.
Again, though, is what Charlie having to turn up, pop the meta.
Radiant's middle tower
At least power than either. Still just the little things that are being found by High Coast right now are just not really enough to keep them on pace with OG's progression this game.
No, definitely not. We're going to see this constantly too from Topson, is him using the Morph in particular and just using that to his benefit. We're seeing him queuing up the Ags. I think the panel had mentioned it already. He has an Earth Spirit on his team. It's always going to be one of the better ones you can.
Is under attack. Dire's
So
structures
that's going to be, I mean, that's going to be
fortified.
super strong for him to set up these silences and just the frequency. He's going to be playing around the Morph a lot. And it's already so good versus the Puck.
So careful this game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And having to just go for sort of this slightly awkward build because of the force coming up next with Spring.
It has its value anyway versus like these silences and everything.
Radiant's top
So
tower
it's going to be
is
good.
under attack.
Versus besides the Ricky, that is, like the Earth Spirit silence and the Morphling turning into the Puck and all that. So
Yeah, I guess you could
Dire's middle tower
yourself
is
away
under attack.
follow up combo normally after being caught in the line of the boulder.
And he can help teammates with it. It's not just a pure selfish. You know? The game is about Charlie at the end of the day. You can actually help him.
Radiant's
Use it
top tower
offensively.
is under attack.
Absolutely.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Definitely got his merit.
Jesse's thinking about going here, but he's getting gone on himself.
The coil back up, And they will get mid one in return for
Good.
that. So a
That's
trade
worth
that's definitely worth. As long as they don't lose anything more here, High Coast. See OG trying to chase them down. They'll be able to get error, but they will also find kill onto Zibe. Supreme is he out. He's not. The timing from Saxa perfectly done as he rolls in.
Oh. And they're able to fight just
Radiant's
faster,
middle
more
tower
constant,
is
because like you
under
mentioned
attack.
earlier, Charlie had used the meta in
Radiant's
the last fight.
structures are
OG
fortified.
identifies that. They're going to play at this
Dyer's
pace.
bottom
And they're
tower
playing
is under
effectively
attack.
with, sure they lost mid one, but they're playing effectively with an extra hero up because of that morph. Again, Topson turns into puck, another full arsenal of spells, and yeah, without TB being able to show up there, there's no way High Coast can actually take the fight when it starts out like that. He has to be, I mean, the way that they were starting that fight too, like Chelsea's like in the river in the low
Radiant's
ground
middle
trying to set up
tower is
onto a
under
Ricky.
attack.
They saw him completely, so it was OG just taking that fight even though they lost the Ricky.
It's mine.
Now the question is, can Topson tricks of the trade into the mid one, and mid one tricks into the trade to someone else?
Technically it should be possible, I guess. I've never seen it, so...
It should work, you know what I mean?
I mean, it
We
should work.
could
I mean,
have
maybe he's going to do
all
that
the
too. That's
tricks
good.
and all the trades.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, it could work. That's a lot of damage coming out at you that you can't really do much about if you're held underneath it. And that will happen with the control that Saxa and Seb's offering up in these fights.
We also used to have this bug, a feature. Where you used to get like the infinite stones and everything like that because of charges. I know they fixed that before, but
yeah.
what about the infinite charges of blink strikes? You get it. They only fixed one of them.
Oh, hey, good combo hit. They're able to get the setup on the Saxa. Arena's going to be dropped down. See if they can do anything about Seb being trapped in it. They're going to commit the coil onto Seb. They got the damage to kill him. These sort of chain silences, yeah, they're messing with Seb. They're able to take him out. I think can be done in response. Now with 2 down, this should be a nice little opening for High Coast to at least take away this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. The Supreme, he's actually seeing if he can hunt for more. He's in on towards Notel. He's able to pick up the bounty ring as well.
Midway's coming over though.
And here's the backup from Chesty. Excellent spear. Latches him over to the tree, but deep mid one with the counterplay is going to take Supreme down for that effort that High Coast put into chase. Saxa.
He's gonna get chased.
Closing the gap easily with the blink strike jumps. They will get the 2 of them. Another sort of situation where they're going in. They're getting a kill, but they can't get out in time. OG's able to react, chase them down, get some big money as well. That's pretty much given mid one the full axe on top of the Battle Fury.
Hey, that was, I don't know what they're chasing for there though. That was them chasing for like a bounty as a criminal undying while they're taking the mid tower. I don't know if they're up in the Mars. That's 2 cores chasing a 5 position.
Bottom tower is under attack.
That was very risky and they get punished for it as top Seb getting gone on by Shiba.
He's got
here.
Yules and Vendetta still to play around with.
Yeah, he should be okay.
He's coming in to back him up. I mean, the jump's in. A little cautious there. I've got the silence. The Mystic Flare, Midpoint's dying pretty quickly. Is there anything to save him? There isn't. Midpoint goes down. Charlie now being controlled by the stones. He's going to drop down. Topson trying to turn and fight toe-to-toe with him, but with the meta still going, Charlie hits hard. Jesse comes in with the arena. Now the stone Topson holding down against the wall. But they've got the burst to take him out. Topson with the Manta and the waveform away will survive. Turning into the dying Notel. Starting to chase himself. Saxa focused down by High Coast off towards the side. This time around, High Coast able to set up a good fight around their Terrorblade and come out on top. Now OG, they're the one on the retreat. Chesty, blink, spear, latches onto Notel. You have the setup for another. Very solid moves here, getting Charlie involved as OG not quite able to take him down. And mid one just being focused too well by High Coast to start that fight. He wasn't able to do anything, jumps in, instantly silenced, and they've got the burst to deal with it.
That looks like he's still trying to set up here maybe for Charlie top. He's stalking and Topson is making the move over.
TP cancel.
TP's coming out.
Why not, you know, just mess with him a little bit. And
here, he has meta himself. He'll give him some.
Chesty's turned back up. Charlie able to step away.
Yeah, great fight. Just I mean, the long duration silences. Like mid one needs to get Manta or BKB 100% this game now to protect them versus this Skywrath build. I mean, the 1-4-4 era. You know, it's a 4-position Sky, but he's gone for more of a 5-position build, and it's working for him. He's gotten a lot of kills because of silence that I didn't think he would. But nicely done. Long duration. OG still ready, keen to fight. Level 18 on the Morphling, so he's constantly into somebody else's form, constantly into heroes.
I jump forward with the team, looking at War Supreme. Supreme with face shift there, but dodge out the rolling ball up the stacks. Take down air, but Topson, they blow him up. They get the combo. Caught on the front of it all and unable to react in time there. That instant move from High Coast. Topson out for a solid minute. Charlie's game continuing to stay as the strongest in this game right now. If he can get that BKB done soon on top of the Skadi, he's going to be feeling pretty invincible in these fights. This is going to be a very hard hero for OG to take down.
He's building perfectly. I mean, this is definitely a game where he can put on his back. He has it's tough still because he is playing versus two very hard carries as well, and his team doesn't scale the best because of the other two heroes, but he himself, if he gets this BKB, if he gets like Butterfly or something like this too afterwards, he's in a really good spot this game.
I really struggle to take him down.
Especially if Topson plays so reckless too. That's the thing is, you know, he's turning into the Earth Spirit, he's turning into the Puck, he's like diving all over the place, but he's still susceptible to getting caught. If he gets hit by a spear to a wall, he's just dead. So much follow-up that they do have for it. As they're smoked up again. It's 3 seconds till that Morphling spawns, trying to catch them off guard. Meta is available again too.
See? Moves in. A little bit of a tease towards them. Arena popped out in an attempt to disengage. Topson's in with the chase. Turns in. The Earth Spirit. Zibate will get cut down on the side by Mid-One's Tricks of the Trade, and so will HcE. A bit of an awkward attempt there from High Coast to get a fight going. One that's cost them 2 lives, maybe even more. They've got the silence on a Supreme, but he is able to get out with the illusion of the 4-star. Up to the high ground. He is away. 2 more unnecessary deaths there from High Coast.
I like that Charlie didn't TP immediately to the mid lane or anything to fight. He's working for his own game. He's very close to that BKB. He really wants to finish it. Has illusions farming up top to get that. OG, they're going to make their way to the pit. They might be able to kill it before High Coast is ready. As Dasha, he'll take the coil.
Mid-One, he's actually coming out of the pit and looking for action. He's ready to start getting himself some free kills, a couple of hits. There is gone. It's destroyed here with this Chrysalis now picked up by Mid-One. He packs a punch.
And they've got all this information around here too. This Tombstone's placed down. They know they can commit into this Roche. Wow, he did go for the crit. I mean, he didn't build a BKB in the last game.
He doesn't want a BKB, you know. He had it queued up before the crit, and he was... he sneaked that Chrysalis into his inventory.
Alex walked in. Okay.
They might be able to... Well, I was going to say, OG's going to have to buy back if they want to try and keep control of this Roshan. The damage from Mid-One, bringing Charlie down very low. Still able to try and get the stun off on the Mid-One. Spear as well. Getting Mid-One low. His illusion also beating him down. Mid-One will be able to jump out, but is the illusion going to kill him? Oh, it's close. Nearly taken down by the reflection. And Mid-One will live.
Dicey.
Dire are scanning.
Getting those mana burns constantly out.
Steps in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're going to chase onwards here. But HcE locks him down. Scans through with the counterplay. They get the silence onto the two of them. Topson zips across and bursts down the puck. HcE trying to finish up the kill on him, but he cannot do so. Mid-One stacks there with the backup as Mid-One crits him down. They're going to go over towards Aaron. Charlie, he's just TPing out. He's failing his way out of this action, and he's able to make it out. The rest of his team, though, don't going to be quite close. The double holders there coming in from Topson and Stacks as they roll in, take out a ball. And Charlie just again making the correct calls. He's like, guys, I'm not associated with these people. I'm out of here. I'm just going to try and win us the game. As these fights for pretty much the rest of the team around Charlie are just ending terribly each time.
Yeah, the fight just persisted too long. They peeled them away. They ran away from the TV. They kited his BKB and his mana long enough. These resets. I mean, Ricky, Morphling, Earth Spirit, pretty much, I guess, the kings of resetting because they can just waveform out, roll out, jump out, and then, yeah, they go back in when they have the numbers and the opportunity to go in. Seb doing a great job of kind of baiting them into a very weird spot there. It looked a little weird for Seb too, but it actually ended up working out perfectly.
Invisibility.
crucial item here for Saxa, that Lotus. Call the difference. Help out those that get hit by the silence, and of course for those clutch plays against Charlie and Thunder. Even though that doesn't matter at all, so never mind.
Oh my god, Midone almost just 3-shotted him. And now Sox is in. He gets him.
And the Supreme's down to 50. Can OG get anything more from this? Mid-Bond's got the BKB done for this fight. He's in with the tricks of the trade, jumping in, looks for the squishes, he's trying to chase down Zibek. Being slowed by this demonic purge, set with the backup. Stunning Charlie and buying time for Mid-Bond to get himself back out of there.
Oh, that's... I feel like I see the other talent taking most of the time from Rick. The cast range. He actually went for the backstab multiplier. He's going all damage.
I mean, yeah, with the crit
Actually, took the
build.
smoke screen. Okay, well, whatever. He went for the backstab multiplier. It'll work out anyway.
That's it. I mean, that's going to be enough. And he's trying to sort of take the game in his back, gets himself the Paladin sword.
So does Topson right away.
Lovely bit
As
of
he's
life
also
steal.
finishing E-Blade now. So Topson, he has a... Now this is where it's like the Morphling versus TB. It starts to really go toward that Morphling because of this. But TB, I mean, Charlie's still so farmed. He's honestly playing this game like pretty much perfect.
I mean, and as you say, the Terrorblade in this sort of game, he can still carry this against the heroes that OG have.
It's gonna take a couple of mistakes now. OG, they do have like this better scaling lineup, and it is just him on this thing. But I mean, he can. I think he's gonna end up needing a rapier though, with the way this is going.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Just
attack.
letting this down. They don't want to
See what
try and
Topson's
defend
doing
out.
here? Look. Look at his health. 80 decay now. He's turning into the Undying.
I guess, yeah, because the ads and all. That's a lot of HP this banner. Rolling in. I think they've got to come out with 5-0. 3 5-0s coming out here from High Coast. Charlie stepping forward with BKB. Chesty has managed to lock down Topson over to the side of the ring. Charlie focusing down Charlie, can he live through this? Another silence comes out, keep this up to the side. They're bringing them down low. Charlie will finally get burst. Topson's able to finish him off there. Charlie, he has spent up, so no buyback on him for 75 seconds. We only get through the Aegis. Trying to lock him down with the spear. Topson's not going to get caught out by the stun. Turns back towards Supreme. Supreme's got to jump back to safety there. And he gets comboed out immediately. Jesse trying to force them back. Supreme. They need him for anything here. It's just the 3 members of OG. Still the big one, Topson. Very hard to jump upon.
Like he's casting these decays on Chesty all the way on the far side. They're almost hitting him every time. The caster.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Can they find any sort of way to jump in on him? Jesse, arena in 20 seconds. Yeah, he's never getting a chance to blink in. Topson just continuously putting his blink dagger on cooldown with the decays. Range there, but catch up Supreme. Good spear. Jesse locks back Jackson into this flare combo. He's scared enough by Supreme. It's not enough. Damage is there to take him out. Topson rolling in aggressively. Arena's going to be back up any second by now. Supreme. He's got the cooldown on the turn. Terrible Topson. There's the arena in the space. Locked down. He's trying to get his way out of it with the Manta. He's up in the air with the ult setup. They've got the follow when he comes down. Not quite. Topson able to zip out to the side of the platform. The Hikers, they're certainly going to want to try and chase this. Still looking towards Topson, but Topson turns with the E-Blade on Supreme. Supreme forces his way out of there. Spaceship to dodge the decay. Chesty off the mark with Steel Crash. Topson still looking to finish off Supreme, but Supreme, he's into the trees with a jump. They'll turn their attention over towards No Tail. Topson, he's just got to get on the retreat. He goes for the TP inside the trees. Is Chesty going to find him? No, he's not. As Topson will make it away, but High Coast getting some good kills out of this, and they keep their base defended. The tier 3 still stands.
Great hold by Hippolyta to take Supreme, getting a plethora of stalls out during all of it, and just great spam. I mean, it's OG persisting a little bit too hard, sticking there, and just getting caught by all the ultimates again, but a nice hold, buying them some more time.
Yeah,
for this, I mean, for Charlie to get the farm that it feels like he still does need to deal with these two.
And this is sort of how we saw it go down in game 2, right? It got to this point of the game where OG, they were still bringing the fights, but they weren't quite actually able to sort of push past and end the game. High Coast just did an excellent job of of defending and playing these late game fights against OG in game 2. And just like that, we're starting to see signs of it again. Obviously this time in that fight, they did have to use pretty much 3 buybacks, at least coming out for them. So quite an expensive defense, but a defense nonetheless. And they're keeping Charlie's game on track.
Yeah, but it really is. It is mostly Charlie though. I think last game they had the backup of like Void Spirit as well as a Jug, like this dual core, and also the Shadow Demon that pretty much was a super core. Skyrock and Shadow Demon in this game, it's not the same. Shadow Demon is a 5 position. Skyrock, he can't go for anything that impactful. Like I mean, he won't be able to get a hex until way later down the lines. If he's able to get something like that, sure. But OG, I feel like their scaling is just a lot stronger as the game does progress. All the weight is on poor Charlie.
Quite got it, okay. Daedalus. Why don't you go off, darling? Still the levels looking a bit rough for him too. And we've got mid one, 24.5.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Topson's got the quickening charm now, and he's again into the Undying, so he's just
Oh, and Chessie, or outside the base there by OG as they make the quick jump. That's a big kill. He's down to 75. No buyback from him. In they go on to another. That's the 2 of them now. Both heroes, Zibe and Chessie with their buybacks on cooldown.
Radiant's
HcE have got to try and do their best 3 versus 5 here now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
will not be easy.
Radiant's middle
But they're
tower
trying to get the
has
Puck
fallen.
Ags finished up before they even look to it. They might just
top
sacrifice their
tower
Ags
is
for
under
it.
attack.
The Puck Ags might
Radiant's middle
actually
barracks
slip
are
up
under
OG, might
attack.
catch them off guard here a bit. At least the Ricky in particular, because he's the one with that
Radiant's
BKB.
middle barracks has fallen.
See how much OG did manage to take before HcE was able to try and pull together that fight. Mid racks are cleaned up. Down towards the bottom. We'll smoke up the 3 of them. They've got Zibe back up in 10. Still 30 without Chessie though. They want to try and take this fight.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They are now well aware of that Aghanim on the Puck. They've seen it for quite a long time now.
Tombstones. Zombies galore. Ready to come here if they try and jump Charlie. Already getting huge down to half HP. He's got to head back to base. Oh, he dies.
Oh my god.
He popped a very aggressive BKB to try and run in and get a Sunder off. But he's not able to do anything with it. So now he's not got a BKB ready for this fight. The call now onto Ricky. Mid one. Still able to find that BKB pop. And
Under attack.
Please, too much.
Trying to get the spin into the base. It's not happening though. And then they take him, dragging up from a distance. The crits come out from him. Well, they just ping them inside the fountain.
Charlie's HP pool. He's missing 70 strength. He's 1400.
Oh no. Look at Topson. 6k HP and it's only growing. He's into the base. He's ready to start attacking the fountain hits here. As Charlie dead again. Zibe, he'll fall. GG is called and OG will clean up this game 3. And with that, of course, the series is theirs. 2-1
middle tower
against HcE. HcE was just with that one defense. There was a bit of a glimmer of what they could, what they did pull out from the second game comeback. But as you said, they just sort of, other than Charlie, they just didn't have the same level of tools to bring another fight like that after it.
No, they started to fall behind pretty hardcore. I mean, Chessie, you could see he had some rough ones in this game, and they're versed a lot of counters, right? Like it was set up for Charlie to have this success because he was the last pick, given all this like opportunities to set up. They would counterpick pretty heavily in this game. Like the Nyx Assassin is just so good versus the Sky and the Puck. Supreme got punished a lot. They fought hard, but I think this one we got to see OG with a very OG-esque lineup. You know, Topson actually playing a real hero, not an Omni Knight mid, Ricky for mid one, and they had this very good game that all came together.
So